Now it's the time to have a look at one particular song and a poem particularly. As I promised, this time we will actually get to hear one of those wax cylinders. They are quite exciting sounds from over a century ago. The poem I want to pick up is a bear awakening poem. Now this whole concept of awakening of a bear has a lot of sides to it. In Finland, where the bear feast was also a very important annual ceremony, the awakening of the bear was related to the bear hunt. So we believe that it was not allowed to kill a bear while it was sleeping. At those times, the bear hunt happened in an early spring, so they literally took the bear out of its nest to kill it. Killing bears in any other way, in any other time of the year, was extremely rare, if it was even possible at that time. So the awakened bear in the bear awakenings. So the bear awakening songs in Finland are related to this type of theme of permission to hunt the bear. So the first songs are actually dedicated to the Hongotar deity, for making sure that we as men have a permission from the nature goddesses to go and hunt the bear. And then the bear awakening song was sang in order to protect the bear's soul, so that the bear is aware in the time of its death and doesn't lose in the dreaming soul, and so on and so on. But with the Hunti and Mansi, and in their bear feast, the bear awakening song has a different role. In both cultures, the bear feast lasted several days, but with the Hunti and Mansi, they were most often 4 or 5 days, as I told last time. So each morning they had to awaken the bear, and this had multiple meanings, and one of the big meanings was that the bear was actually the guest of honor in the bear ceremony. So all of the performances were performed to the bear. So the bear had to be awakened to witness those songs. And also there is an element of dialogue. It's like there's an old native proverb, well, not exactly a proverb, but a saying to the Lutherans or Catholics that we don't go in ceremony to talk about God. We go in ceremony to talk with the God. So this theme is clearly here with the bear feast, that the bear has to be awakened in order to have a dialogue with it, to dance with it, to enact. So that's one of the functions of the bear awakening songs. But what else is there is also interesting. The bear feast songs in itself, they actually, a lot of them describe the relationship of man and bear, and also the responsibilities that we have as a human, and the responsibilities that the bear has as a bear. And we shouldn't mingle too much. Like it is said that those bears who violated the human areas, the food storages or the graveyards, they were never given a bear feast. They were just killed as troublemakers. And then on the other way around, when humans went to the bear's territory and took bear's life in its own territory, a bear feast had to happen. So it was a place where people were also making up their mistakes, making up the violence. Not really seeking forgiveness. That forgiveness is a little bit of a difficult theme to begin with. But they seek to be certain that they are back in harmony, that the relationship is harmonious and not negatively affected by the violent act. And some of these themes of sort of like, we didn't do harm for you, or we didn't mean to do harm for you. You know, you were killed by someone else, or you were killed for you lost your life in some other way than us being the violent ones. So now I'll have a look at Konstantin Atjin's Bear Awakening song. The text is really wonderful. It starts off by just addressing what is happening. The dear animal awaken, arouse. The dear one, the animal dear one, pay attention. And it goes forward by beautiful poetic ways of saying that it is time to awaken. The sunlight is hitting already, is touching the top parts of the trees already. Awaken, it's the time to awake. The sunlight is lighting up the lower branches of a tree already. Why aren't you awake? You used to be the one who was awake among the first ones. What's taking so long with you right now? Then it goes to the bear's relatives. One of them is called the nut-eating aunt, and it would be the spotted nutcracker. And if you know this bird, you also know that it makes a quite hideous and an alarming-like sound. So I think it's not a coincidence that they've chosen this one. It's definitely a bird that would awaken you if it would be singing loudly. And so the song text goes like. That your nut-eating aunt has already had several pine cones, and you're still asleep. Wolverine, another relative of a bear, is said to have left footprints all over the forest already, and here you are still asleep. And then there's a question: has the acts of men made you so lazy? Have the deeds of humans made you lose your energy? Is the weight of a knife, the blade of a sharp knife, is that weight of that iron that is keeping you from arousing? What has conquered you? What has defeated you? And then these themes go back and forth in the song. So in a way, it's also addressing the bear as a living entity, and this is important. They did not consider death to happen when the body loses its life force. So there were the souls to be taken care of, and one of the souls is present in the bear feast, and it is in the bear pelt and in the pawns and in the teeth, and it is somewhere there physically present. And that part of the soul understands, hears and understands in a different way than the soul within a physical living body does. So this is the poem, and it comes from this book, and from the end notes I can again find a reference to another book published in 1937 that has the notations, and here I have this golden remark, phonograph 15B, so the second track on the phonograph number 15, sang by Konstantin Atjin. And let's listen to it from my another computer. Oh, this is actually the track number 1, so track number 2 starts somewhere here. Yes.